I'm Sonia Hutchinson, I'm from the UK, and I work in, we call it in England a carers centre. It would be translated into American as a caregivers centre. So that means that we work with people who care for someone in their family who's not very well. They could have a physical issue, mental health issue, or a drug or alcohol addiction. And those family members are unpaid and they provide the day-to-day care. So, they literally wake up, they get them out of bed, they do all the things they need, whether it's physical or emotional, to kind of keep them going. And then they do that pretty much 24/7. And so what we're there to do is to support them, give them information and advice, make sure that they look after themselves, so they take some time out and have a really good break or respite for themselves, with or without the person they care for. So that's the setting that I work in the UK. We're based in Bath and North East Somerset, which is kind of West Country, we call it in the UK. So it's the West Coast, and I'm the chief executive or the executive director, you'd call it out here, and so I'm a leader in that context. So what I've come to ARNA to talk about is my living theory of caregiving. So what I've just done is I've come from my presentation and it went really well, so I just wanted to come and video and say how great it is to be able to share the research that I've been doing and to get such a really warm response and to really feel that people understood what my research was about. Because it's living theory, I really brought myself into the research, so I went right back to my childhood and really thought about where my values come from through my childhood. And I had the great experience of being able to talk to my parents. So I had the experience of being fostered as a child, and so I was able to go and talk to my foster parents about the fact that, as a child I experienced being listened to by them because that was their value base, to listen to children and make sure they're valued and respected. But also because of my sort of slightly strange scenario where I was fostered, I had lots of social workers in my life, and I do remember that they really valued and listened to me, mostly, not every social worker, but lots of them. And so I had this experience of being a participant in what was happening to me as a child. So it wasn't just that, someone made this decision and then that was what happened. It meant that I was actually a participant, so I got this value of participation that is really important. But more than that, I got this real experience of love and the fact that I was completely loved as a child from my foster family and also from my biological family, because although they couldn't care for me because of their mental health and addiction issues, they still, kept that love going in the capacity that they could. So I have these experiences that I bring into adulthood, and that really made me want to make sure that the work I did was really going to benefit people and empower them to be able to make decisions about what happens to them. And so my research has been about how do I do that as a leader of an organisation. I've got this big responsibility for a charity that has to help. We help thousands of carers, about 3,000 carers. And so I was able to really bring in the fact that I hold myself accountable to my values, which are about participation. And when I talk about love, I really meant about the kind of love which is about benefiting the other. So not romantic love or like love of a thing, but actually a love of wanting to benefit somebody else and make their life better and empower them to have a better life. And I've been doing my research around, am I doing that? So I've been using the video, so it's great to be here on video again, to really check out with everybody that I work with, am I living my values in practice? Sometimes I am and sometimes I'm not. So we looked at these kind of living contradictions where I want to live my values, but sometimes in the process of life, you just end up being a contradiction and not living your values. And so I've been able to research how can I improve my practice through learning about what I'm not doing right so that I can actually be fully living my values. And it's like this action research cycle. So you start off and you want to make a change, you want to be an authentic leader and really live your values. You really explore what that means, so going back and exploring. And then as I go through the action reflection cycles, I go and I test myself out, open myself up to criticism. Am I really living my values in practice? And where I'm not, I can take that criticism, but use it in a positive way, not be defensive about it, but actually improve my practice and take it on. But the really important stage is being here in ARNA and actually being able to make that public and actually share my research and be able to get other people to see what I've been doing. And from my presentation, I really know that I'm starting to influence people to take my research on, use that as something that can really influence them and help them to take their research to where they want to take it to. So it's just been a really affirming time, and I'm really looking forward to tomorrow, meeting more people and being able to share more and learn about other people's research so they can affect my research, and we can all help each other to grow and improve humanity and take it forward to actually make a better world.